Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. XRP FUD. We're going to deal with it. Bank of America, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out, world. And Walmart, Real USD, and XRP. I'm telling you, somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, we are sitting at $3.84 trillion market cap. The market cap is up 1.2% in the last 24 hours here at the time of recording the video. Bitcoin 110,000 plus, Ethereum 3,900 here and plus, and XRP's $2.50. We're up 4.3 on the 24. We're still off 5.4 on the 7-day, and so is the rest of the market, give or take. Now let's move here. It is Caleb and Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Now we just had a recent member of the XRP community lose $3 million of their retirement in XRP. It was horrible. And apparently they thought that they were on a cold storage wallet, but they were on the hot wallet, and somehow they were compromised and they lost their whole XRP holdings, completely wiped out. It is devastating. My heart breaks for the gentleman and his family, and I hope that he fights and doesn't give up to try to retrieve his assets, and I hope that he has luck. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to get free institutional grade custody, you can do it here at Caleb and Brown. Listen, no more worrying if you've been hacked, if my transfers went through, or if I set my market orders correctly. With Caleb and Brown, you get institutional grade custody for free. You're only charged a fee if you have a buy, sell, or a swap. This is the amazing thing about this. And they have one flat fee, which is negotiable depending on the size of your withdrawal. You build a relationship with your prime broker just like you would in traditional finance, and you will have them for so long. The rest of your life, you'll have a broker like this. The convenience, the ease of use, the multiple layers of security on this platform, and the institutional grade custody make for a match made in heaven for people like us looking for long-term, or we're long-term investors looking for a great place to put our assets. And this is it right here. XRPwealth589.com. Don't mess around. Open your free account today at XRPwealth589.com. Look at this. I can't even talk. BlackRock launches Genius Act aligned fund to support stablecoin reserve demand. You don't say. Let's go in. Shall we? Yeah. Asset management titan BlackRock is launching a regulatory compliant fund to support stablecoin reserve demand. They have over 10 trillion in assets under management and says introducing a money market fund aligned with the Genius Act as a means of meeting the growing demand in the stable market. The firm says its new BlackRock Select Treasury-based liquidity fund has a goal of increasing liquidity for its clients while being within a framework of the U.S. Genius Act, which passed earlier this year and created clear regulatory guidelines for stablecoins. As stated by John Steele, BlackRock's global head of product and platform and its cash management business, we're seeing increased demand from stablecoin issuers and clients seeking innovative compliant reserve management solutions. Our BSTBL money market fund builds on our history of innovation through products and markets, an exciting new chapter for our cash management business. Now, instantly, when I heard about this, I thought, wow, but think about the relationship that was going on with BlackRock and OUSG and tokenizing with Ondo Finance on the XRP ledger. And they're also working to do money market funds. This is where the world's going. This is 10 plus trillion dollar assets under management, BlackRock, we're talking about. We're not going back the other way, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't seen this news yet, Evernorth is a new company that Ashish Birla, from formerly of Ripple, is going to be the CEO of. And it will be the company that is going to be going public under this with the SPAC Armada Acquisition Core 2. This is, in fact, the company that Ripple said that they were going to back and raise $1 billion for so they could create the largest public XRP treasury company in the world. And it will be launching on NASDAQ under the symbol $XRPN. This is massive. You can't get enough of it. Just take a look at the bench here, right? Ashish Birla, 25 years of experience in Silicon Valley, including board roles at Ripple, MoneyGram, Bitso, and other fintech startups. Then you have Chief of Business Officer Sagar Shah, who your acquisition of digital asset custody company Medico and helping launch the Ripple stablecoin RLUSD. Sagar holds an MBA from Wharton School, University, Pennsylvania. And we see here a bachelor's degree from Stephen M. Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan. Matt Freimeier here is served as a board of directors over 15 companies and chairman of the Chicago Stock Exchange. Heard of that one. And he spent 20 years at Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and affiliates as head of Global Strategic Capital Division, where he managed over $8 billion of balance sheet capital. I'd say Matt's got the experience here. And she held senior roles, Jessica Jonas here, held senior roles at Gemini, American Express, longtime Ripple partner, and served as chief legal officer of the Bitcoin Legal Defense Fund. How about that one? How about Meg Nakamura here? She founded and led Apto Payments as CEO, where she built the card infrastructure and payment processing platform for major fintech companies, including Coinbase and Venmo. Then, of course, you also have advisors like Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz. I'd say that's a pretty deep bench they got going on over there. Yeah. And here's Dan Moorhead, the CEO of Pantera Capital, one of the investors in Evernorth, the world's largest XRP treasury, talks XRP.
They each do very, very different things. And that's like, we don't have one internet company, right? We have 6 or 8 big ones and then hundreds of smaller ones. Bitcoin's very good at storing money. It's very good at sending money across borders, but it's kind of clunky at doing other things. Ethereum is really good at programmable money, doing smart contracts, but as well, it doesn't process that many trades per second. And then blockchains like Solana and XRP, Ripple's token, they process thousands of transactions per second. So they just really have different use cases. And right now, our biggest position is Solana, but we have big positions in quite a few other coins as well. They each do very, very.
So there you have it right there. And that's much like the conversations we've had here on this channel. Somebody saying that they only like Bitcoin or they only like XRP is like somebody saying that I only like TCP/IP, or I only like HTTPS for websites, or I only like SMTP for email, right? It's like, why don't you like the whole internet? Why do you like just one or two protocols of the internet, right? That to me is where you start to really break down the tribalism in this space, because it's such a speculative space. But as utility is embraced by the financial legacy systems, you are going to see the real application of the digital assets and protocols that actually solve a problem. And through that, I think you will see the erosion of tribalism. Now here, XRP FUD. Now, this is a little fun. Martin. He says, breaking now. Chris Larson, Ripple co-founder, just offloaded 50 million XRP worth $120 million in the past hour. Still buying the hype. He's cashing out. You're holding the bag, he says. Martin. Chris Larson put $50 million or put 50 million XRP in a corporate treasury to help create the largest XRP treasury in the world. And now you want to tell everybody he's dumping on the market? A little research goes a long way here. Gracious sakes alive. Anyway, let's get to it. To tie this up and put a bow on it for clarity here, because I was a little confused at first when they announced this treasury. I was like, wait a minute, is Evernorth doing a treasury and Ripple's doing a treasury? But no, the answer is Ripple's doing a treasury and it is Evernorth they're doing it with, right? So this is everything you need to know from Dom here from Easy A. Shout out to you, Dom. He says, first, $1 billion raise to buy XRP. Purchases made on open market. Major investors, SBI, Ripple co-founder, and Chris Larson provide stock market investors with exposure to XRP. Long-term goal, drive XRP utility and adoption and catalyze the adoption and the institutionalization of the XRP ledger. Hello. Phil comes under and says, very excited to see this play out and that XRP getting to work on the ledger. Me too. Guys, me too. Super excited about this. And I'm super excited for this as well. $1.6 trillion Bank of America CEO says U.S. banking industry will soon embrace crypto for payments. And I got a sneaky suspicion it's got a lot to do with putting that market infrastructure bill, the Clarity Act, through by the end of this year. And I think they're going to get it done. By the way, it's also rumored that the government shutdown could end as early as this week. So head on a swivel for that. Now, breaking: Walmart now accepting XRP for payments. Oh, well, say it isn't so. Oh, I got something for you. You're going to want to see the video. I got it. Well, right here, the Walmart OnePay crypto deal is with a company called Zero Hash. Guess what Zero Hash is using as a stable coin? RLUSD. OnePay fintech company, majority owner by Walmart, will soon offer cryptocurrency trading and custody on its mobile app. OnePay, listen, trading and custody. OnePay will offer customers access to Bitcoin and Ether later this year with the help of startup Zero Hash, according to people with knowledge of the matter who declined to be identified before an official announcement. The move shows that OnePay, founder by Walmart and venture firm Ribbit Capital 21, sees crypto as a core offering as it builds out its everything app for digital finance. Hello. That means XApp is going to be launching too, right? So we got a lot coming, ladies and gentlemen. The fintech firm has methodically added new products in its quest to become an American super app akin to the overseas offerings like WeChat. The company now offers banking services including high-yield savings account, credit debit cards, buy now, pay later loans, and even wireless plans. So this is super, super huge here. Now, let's go a little further here. Plaid and Zero Hash partnership lets customers trade crypto via ACH. It's right here. This is how it's going to happen, right? Now, I don't need to read this. I'm just showing you the connection here. And that's from all the way back in 23. So it's always good to go back and visit things. Now let's listen to the exact report on the matter here.
Cases and just the ease of which, regular folks, people who, go to Walmart, there are 150 million Americans who use Walmart online or in person every week, can now actually have crypto in the very same app. They can buy it, they can hold it, they can store it, they can trade it if they want. And then when they want to go pay for something, they can, turn it into cash and like we said, go, OnePay is actually integrated into the checkouts of Walmart. So it is, I think, a milestone in that case, Carl.
No doubt about it. And let's go a little further here. Ripple partner Neum and Zero Hash connections and partnerships. Neum, a Singapore-based fintech platform specializing in global payments and cross-border transfers, has been a key partner of Ripple since 2020. This collaboration leverages Ripple's blockchain-based payment network to enable faster, lower-cost remittances, particularly in corridors like the Philippines, Mexico, and Southeast Asia. Neum uses Ripple's technology to process real-time transactions, reducing pre-funding needs and expanding market reach without always requiring XRP as a bridge asset. For instance, Neum has integrated Ripple to cut settlement costs by up to 90% compared to traditional SWIFT networks for international brokerage transfers. Zero Hash, a Chicago-based crypto infrastructure provider focused on enabling businesses to handle crypto to fiat conversions, custody, and compliance through its API-driven platform. It supports over 65 digital assets across multiple blockchains and has expanded into stablecoins like RLUSD, launched in late 2024. How about that one right there? Now, I could go on and keep reading, but let me get to this one right here. Ripple Trust bank license is also on the horizon, waiting to be approved. We could hear about it as soon as the end of this month or in sometime in early November. It all depends if the government shutdown affects the approval of this application in the Fed master account. When you see all these things, G Treasury, Hidden Road, Rail Financial, you see the connections to Walmart, you see all of this coming together, you tell me what in the world's getting ready to go down, because I believe what's getting ready to go down is pretty darn special. And it's going to be something to watch and something to behold. I bet you that. I tell you, this is about to unleash a new digital on-chain economy. And I got a feeling XRP and the XRP ledger are smack dab in the middle of all of it. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.